Hey guys, it's Dennis of Grass Monkey Lawn Care here. Thought I'd shoot another episode of the Shop Talk videos. This one here, we're going to talk about productivity and the expense of bagging grass. Two things that have been on my mind lately. As we're approaching June, so I've had about a good 2 months of work on some of these properties. So I kind of have a little bit to go off of now with some of the stuff I have going on. First thing, productivity. Now, that's something that is very important to me. I want to make sure that I'm getting in and out of accounts, as quickly as possible, but also doing a really good job. As you guys probably know, I got the new mower, the Skag Liberty Z36. I added that to my mower fleet, and I've been running that a lot this past week, just kind of trying to compare apples and oranges on my accounts. So I ran that Skag Liberty Z basically 90% this last week. What I was doing was I was taking times on each property because I know how long it takes with a Walker 48 to do it, and I wanted to see how fast I could get done with the 36. And so basically the Skag Liberty Z36 wasted the Walker 48 as far as time goes. It killed it. I shaved off 10 minutes on some accounts, 15 on some, and at the most I shaved off was 20 minutes on a couple accounts that were larger. You wouldn't think that would be true, but with that being a 36-inch deck and the other one being a 48, but the difference is the Walker goes so fast. It only goes slow. Where the Skag Liberty Z, you open that up and you push those levers forward, you're flying. Productivity is way up this past week. I was getting done with a lot of properties. What I was doing, I was trying to cut ahead into the next day's list. So for me, that investment into that mower was well worth it. I'm not saying anything bad about the Walker 48. It's just it wasn't meant to mow fast. It's meant to mow slow and leave that clean cut and take all the grass. So, the finished product would be in the stripes and how it looks. The Skag Liberty Z doesn't stripe nearly as good as the Walker would, but the Walker stripes are much different than any other stripe out there. But I'm very pleased with my new purchase. It's helped my productivity immensely. I feel like I'm getting so much more done in a day, which makes me feel a lot better when I get home because I feel like I've gotten so much done. This kind of rolls into the expenses of taking on grass with a walker. A lot of walker owners out there know what that costs. Some of these guys out there have free dumps where they can go and people let them dump there. And then they have people like me where you have to go to the dump and pay a fee to get rid of that grass. Just to give you an idea how much I spend a month in dump fees using the walker. It's over $400. It's roughly $430 a month in dump fees to take on grass. That's a lot of money. $430, I could use a lot, different areas, pay off stuff, pay this bill, pay that bill, or pay down a loan or something. Don't get me wrong, I love the way the walker cuts, the way it leaves a finished product, but you see a lot of us out there with those mowers, and you just get to see the videos of us mowing with them, leaving the nice stripes and the finished product. No one really talks about how much it costs to actually run that mower, and the time too. I'll give you one of the things why I'm shaving so much time off some of these accounts. So if I'm using a walker, I don't have a system on my trailer where I can drive the walker back into my truck and dump into it. So basically what I do is I got a big trash can, and I open up the back and I brush it on the trash can and I dump it in the back of the truck. Now, if you fill this hopper up, it takes 2.5 cans full 2 cans and a half to get rid of all that grass in the hopper to get back out there and finish mowing. Now, some of these properties I have, I'm filling it up 2 or 3 times. If it's a large, like acre and a half property that I'm bagging. Because I do have a few of those where these people take really good care of their properties and they fertilize a lot, and all the rain we've had makes them grow quite a bit in a week's time. So to get all that grass out, each time the hopper takes roughly 5 to 8 minutes to get it all out of there, and then get it dumped, and then get back out there, shut the lid, and get back to where you stop mowing at to get going again. Now, if you do that enough in a day, that's almost an hour's time. You're sitting back there brushing grass out, dumping grass in. The other part of that too is, I've had my truck, usually I fill it up as full as I can get it. Basically it's almost to the top of the cab. The sidewalls here in the back of the cab, I have it filled almost to the very top. So luckily, where my dump's located at, it's only about 10 minutes from my house. So that part of it saves me time because it's close. But when you got to shovel all that out, you're at the dump for 30 minutes. There's just no way around it. I mean, because that grass gets super heavy as it starts to break down and decay. So basically, I go to the dump on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday when I'm using the walker a lot. So that's an hour and a half just going to the dump and getting grass out of my truck. So that slows down my day because I do it first thing in the morning. Before I go out and mow, I go straight to the dump because they open up early. I get it all out, hook my trailer up, and then I go. So if you add that up, plus about 40 minutes a day getting all the grass out of the hopper, that's a lot of time. That's 2 or 3 yards right there that you could be doing. So, I mean, that's something to think about. I mean, especially if you're trying to look into buying a walker. Yeah, it's a great mower. Yes, the finished product's wonderful. Yes, the stripes are awesome. But remember, there's added expenses into that. And that is the expense of going to the dump and your time. That's why I was running the Skag, because I really wanted to see the difference in times. And I'm making all that time up, and that emptying that hopper out is where I'm making up that time. And the fact that it runs so quickly. That 36-inch mower only has an 18 horsepower motor on it, but when it's so light, that thing flies. I mean, it flies so much. It just zooms. It's just put the levers forward, you're gone. I'm shocked by how fast that thing mows, and it leaves a good cut. It really does. Now, does it stripe like a walker? No. Do I expect it to? No. It's a Liberty Z. If I had like the more beefed up Skag deck, then it would be close. But this deck is not designed like those, but it still stripes. You're going to see, I'm uploading a video currently while I'm doing this one, where you'll see at the very end of that video, there's pictures of me using the Skag Liberty Z. And I mean, it does lay down a line. I'm still going to add a striping kit to that mower just to give that an extra kick to when I am mowing it. So you'll kind of see that going on down the road in some of my videos. But, I'm thinking about making some, big changes with, what I'm set up with. I like to mow fast. I just love it to mow fast. Just get in, get out, get in, get out. I want to try and take out more accounts, but you can only do so much with what you got, right? So sometimes you have to reevaluate your business and what you want to do with it and what direction you want to go. And sometimes you need to speed things up. And by doing that, you got to look at where you need to be at to get to that point. So that's kind of what I'm doing currently in my head, is going through the process of trying to get the best possible setup on my trailer to execute what I want to do with my business. And for me, it's moving quick, efficiently, and being very productive with my day and my time, because time is money, as you all know. So that's kind of my video, guys, for the shop talk. I just want to talk about those things. They've been kind of on my mind. Thought I'd share them with you guys. And also, never put this out there before, but we are on Instagram. So I know some of the subscribers have me on Instagram, but feel free to find us on Instagram. You'll see a lot of pictures. Usually I put up 1 or 2 every day or two of just different stuff I'm doing. So if you'd like to follow along, hit us up on Instagram. It's Grass Monkey Lawn Care. Just type that in, and then we're on Instagram. Check us out. And as always, guys, I always appreciate everybody watching the videos. New subscribers, thank you very much for coming on board and joining us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you guys feel free to subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate everybody out there. You're the reason why I make these videos. And please leave some feedback for us if you want to see something different in the Shop Talk series. And other than that, guys, you all have a great night, and thanks for watching.